Hi everyone, I'm Cassie, welcome to my channel, and apparently it's Little Mermaid week over here because I wore Little Mermaid on my Monday video, and now I'm wearing the Little Mermaid again. But I'm a Little Mermaid geek, and I have so many clothes with Little Mermaid on it, and just, yeah, okay, we're gonna go into what I'm actually here for. So today I'm here to do the monthly recommendation Goodreads group, which the link will like always be in the doobly-doo. And so this month's theme is the first book in the series. I'm not really a series reader, as you will see to talk about this. I haven't read a series since high school, honestly, and I've been out of high school for quite a few years now. I really like standalones and nonfiction books now. These are series that I did read all the way through, and that I still really enjoy, and that I would or do reread at times. So we're just gonna jump right in. So series number 1 is I Tell You I Love You, But Then I Have to Kill You by one of my favorite young adult authors, Ally Carter. This is a series that got me into reading. I did read Harry Potter beforehand, but like I just read Harry Potter because I thought I had to, and it was like all I read. But then I picked this book up at a Scholastic Book Fair in 7th grade, and I loved it. I was reading at the time like each book was coming out, so I had to wait for it. But y'all are lucky, now all the books are out and you can just go and pick them all up and probably read them in the span of like a weekend, because these books are only around 300 pages each, and they are super fast reads. They're action packed. They are, pacing is so good. I don't even think, as you can see, this is literally my favorite series. I don't get why people really don't like it. It makes me sad. But maybe that's just because I also really love boarding school books, and this series does take place at an all-female boarding school, which I find so fascinating. And it has to deal with family and friendship and being targeted by an international terrorist group, which is what the last 4 books are about. It is so much fun. You get to travel all around the country and all around the world in this series, and it's got everything you could want in a series, I swear. Yeah. It's also really good if you're like me and you're asexual, because there's not really a romance part to it. There's a little bit of romance, like there's a couple, like there are couples in it, and dating, but there's nothing beyond that because they're too busy literally trying to save the world. It is so much fun. Number 2 is Howls Moving Castle. I probably read this whole series in the span of a month in 9th or 10th grade. I think it was probably 9th grade. So many years ago. I actually read this because this is my best friend's favorite series. He has read it 3 or 4 times all the way through. If you don't know this series, it is by the famous children's author Deanne Wayne Jones, who has written upwards of 50 children's novels. This is also the book that the Howls Moving Castle by Hayao Miyazaki and Studio Ghibli is based on, except it is, you can't like compare them to, because Howls Moving Castle by Deanna Wayne Jones is a children's novel, while Howls Moving Castle by Hayao Miyazaki is an adult movie, and it has to deal with war. So yeah, if you can find this book in this series, read it. It is so magical and so much fun. Book number 3 is 8th Grade Bites in the Vladimir Todd Chronicles by Zach Brewer, except I actually don't know if the books say they're by Zach Brewer or if they still have Heather Brewer's name on them. I love vampires, and this book, if you can tell me the name Vladimir, centers around a preteen and teenage vampire while he navigates high school and learning about how to be a proper vampire that doesn't go around killing everybody, and learning vampire history, but like at the same time going to school. I've read this series at least 4 times all the way through. It is another series that I was waiting for each book to come out, and y'all don't have to do that now, so lucky you. I wouldn't think this one is as fast paced as I Tell You I Love You, because it's a lot deeper and goes into a lot more ethical issues. First book, 8th Grade Bites, is 120 pages, and I think the last one is 12th Grade Slays, which is about 300 pages, a little bit longer than that. So yeah, check this out if you're into ethical books and also vampires. Book number 4 is Anna and the French Kiss. by Stephanie Perkins. I'm pretty sure I read this book in 24 hours. I have to admit, I did like this one a lot better than the second one. I did also really love the third one, though. So Anna and the French Kiss takes place in a French boarding school. Again, another boarding school book. Anna is learning how to navigate France and living on her own, but also, chasing a boy that she can't have. This is more of a YA novel, where it does have to deal with romance and stuff, so definitely probably read this if you're over 10th grade. And the series is a little bit funny because each book centers around a different person, and so Anna is not really in the second book or third book all that much, but you're still in them. So yeah, like I said, this first book took me about 48 hours to read. The second book, a couple weeks. This is definitely one of those series where I like the first book more. So I'm also really sad that they switched the covers, because my cover for the second and third one match, but my cover for the first one doesn't match, and it's a hardcover, so I'm not going to go buy a new one. We all have those issues, don't we? Series in book number 5 is Pipit Chemistry by Simone Elkins, the Pipit Chemistry series. I haven't read this series. I think I read this series in middle school, so at least 9 years since I've read it. I might have read the last one in 10th grade, so it's been a long time. But I do own all the books, so I can go back and reread them. But I feel like this book is really looked down on because the cover of it is very not true to the story. The cover is very sexual. While, the book does talk about that, it's not really about sex like the way the cover makes you think about it. It's set in inner city Chicago around 3 Latino boys. Each book is based on one, and it has to deal with being an inner city kid, being in gangs, drug use, but I believe they also go to like a good school, so like they go to a suburban school. It's a really important book to read, I think. It talks about so much stuff that like teenagers are going through. I was really impressed by this book because I did grow up in an inner city, and these books are about the longest books on the series. Each one is about 350 pages. And I would definitely suggest this for like 11th or 12th graders because the characters in this book are in their senior year of high school. So even if you want to read it in college, it would work. So yeah, those are like my top 5. I have 2 honorable mentions because I couldn't leave these books out. So Bad Girls Don't Die by Kate Allender. I haven't read the series in years. I feel like I've seen that for all of them, but I really haven't read series in forever. But it is a really good Halloween novel. The first book takes place with a possessed doll. If you like Chucky, you might enjoy that. This one I would definitely say like upper middle school, high school age. Could get away with reading this one. And then Hey Society by Allie Carter again. I could again talk about this book forever, but I'm still going to give you a little bit of background. It revolves around a group of thieves who go around stealing stuff from people who got things not the correct way. So they might go and like steal something from somebody who had bought something that was either stolen or shouldn't have been sold and take it to the correct place. It is so much fun. Again, it's another Allie Carter book, so it doesn't really have too much to deal with romance. There's some dating in it. But yeah, unlike the first series, this is definitely because it doesn't take place in a school. Anyone, any age read could enjoy this because it takes place all over the world again. And it is super fun. So yeah, sorry if this is a little bit long, but I had a lot to say about all these books. Oh yeah, if any of these series sounds good to you, or if you've read any of them, let me know in the comments. And if there's any other Allie Carter fans out there, let me know because I've yet to find one. Peace.